Welcome back to It's All About Spice. I'm Hina.
And I'm Sean.
And today I'm making Mutton Shami Kabab.
I know kebabs, when growing up, kebab to me meant like chicken pieces on a skewer, marinated and kind of grilled over an open flame. But that's not what you're making here today, is it, Hina?
No, not really. So Shami Kabab is more of a patty rather than making meat on a skewer, even though there are so many different types of kebabs out there. Growing up in India, I remember, every so often we would have, some kind of kebab. There's Sikh kebabs out there. There's a lot of different types of kebabs. So eventually I will show you how to make all of those kebabs, but today we're going to start with Shami Kabab.
Shami Kabab.
It is so delicious. It's super easy to make, and the best thing about making kebabs that I really love is that you can make the kebab mix and then it can easily go in your refrigerator for up to 4 to 5 days. So whenever you feel like you need some kebab, you want to eat some kebab, then you just get it out of your fridge, really quickly cook it on a pan, and off you go.
Nice.
So it's super easy to make. It stays well for a couple of days, and it's delicious.
Well, I was lucky enough to have some advanced kebabs this morning, and let me tell you, I say this all the time, but it's one of my favorite Indian dishes. They were fantastic. They were light and crispy, packed full of just all of those great Indian spices. And I had them with a couple of eggs. It was a fantastic breakfast. Now, are you making anything to go along with the kebab?
Yes, so there is a surprise chutney that I'm making with this kebab. It pairs so well with this kebab that you definitely don't want to miss this. So stick around till the end to see how I make this chutney that goes with the Shami Kabab.
Okay.
And it's gonna be fun.
All right. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you really dig what Hina's doing here in the kitchen. Hit that bell notification so you get notified about upcoming videos. And let's get cooking.
Let's get cooking.
All right.
All right, so let's quickly take a look at the ingredients we're gonna need to make our Shami Kabab mix. So here we have some keema or ground goat meat. And then we have chana dal. So chana dal is really the special ingredient that goes in the Shami Kabab. What I've done is I've soaked the chana dal for about 30 minutes before cooking it. And this will really help to bind our Shami Kabab together. Some cumin seeds here. And then we have 1 bay leaf, about 3 red chilies. We've got a cinnamon stick. Then we have 1 badi elaichi or big cardamom. We've got long or 3 cloves. And then I've got some green cardamom seeds, hari elaichi. Here I have kasuri methi. This is going to give a nice special kind of flavor to our kebabs. This is dry kasuri methi. And then I have some diced ginger and garlic. And then I have some more spices. So we have some turmeric. We've got garam masala. I have red chili powder. And then we have coriander powder. All right, and then I've got some oil that we're going to use to cook. So let's get cooking. All right, so the very first step in making our Shami Kabab is to make the kebab mix. And for that, what I typically do is I use a pressure cooker. But before we take this to the pressure cooker, I'm going to mix all the spices in a pot or pan, kind of like this. So I'm adding oil in here. As the oil gets a little bit hot, I'm going to add a bay leaf. Got a cinnamon stick. I'm gonna add some red chilies. I've got black cardamom, cloves, and then I've got some green cardamom or elaichi seeds. So we'll just let this sizzle for just about a minute, and then we're gonna add rest of the spices in there. Adding cumin seeds and ginger and garlic. We're gonna add the soaked chana dal. I drained all the water out of the chana dal, so it's just the dal. All right, and now we're gonna add all of our spices in here. All right, so next I'm going to add some water in here. There we go. So I'm going to transfer this into a pressure cooker and let it cook for 3 whistles. We'll turn the heat off after 3 whistles, and by then our kebab mix will be ready, and then we'll move on to the next steps. This is my most favorite, precious little pressure cooker. Okay, there goes the whistle of the pressure cooker. All right, so we've got our Shami Kabab mix out of the pressure cooker. I left it in there for just about 3 whistles on high flame and then 1 whistle on low flame. So total about 4 whistles. As you can see, there's still a little bit of water. I'm going to cook this again on high flame so that I can dry up all this liquid in here. One thing with making any kind of kebab mix is that you want it to be as dry as possible so that it's easier to make the kebabs out of it. Otherwise, they'll just, break. I'm going to take my cinnamon stick and bay leaf out of here. This is really dry, and that's what you want. Okay, so I'm going to turn off the heat here, and I'll transfer this into a bowl and let it come to room temperature. So we'll let this sit for a good 20 to 30 minutes. It's very important that you let this thing cool off because that will really help bind the kebab mix and help us when we make the kebabs. Okay? All right, so I'll see you in 20 minutes. Waiting for our kebab mix to come to room temperature and cool down a little bit, I'm gonna start on my magic chutney. So this chutney is really a mix of cilantro or coriander leaves, mint, and a couple other things. So let's get going. So I'm gonna start with the tomato. I've got some cilantro or coriander leaves that I'm gonna put it in here. And then I'm adding garlic. 1 red chili, dry red chili, and then some cumin seeds, and then salt. And then I've got some mint leaves that I'm going to add in here, and then some green chilies. And then I'm just going to add just a little bit of lime juice in here, just for that little tang. All right, so that's pretty much it. Okay, so that looks beautiful and it smells very delicious too. And this is going to taste perfect with our kebabs. Our Shami Kabab mix is kind of cooled down to room temperature, so I'm going to transfer this into my chopper over here. And because this is a small chopper, I'm going to do this in 2 batches. We'll just run this. All right, so this batch is just about done. So it looks very nice. You can see how dry it is. So this looks perfect. So this is kind of the consistency you're looking for. So we're gonna do the same thing with the second batch. One other tip that might come handy is while you're making this mixture, if for whatever reason, if it's still too runny, liquidy, then this is my mom's tip. You can actually let it sit in the fridge overnight, and then next day it tends to toughen up, firm up a little bit more, and then it's so much easier to work with. All right, so our Shami Kabab mix is mostly ready. We're just gonna add a couple more ingredients before we start to make the actual kebabs. You can see the consistency, it looks so dry. There's literally no water in here. Next step, we're gonna add cilantro or coriander leaves in here. And then I'm gonna add some chopped onion. And then again, if you like your kebabs to be really spicy, then you can also add some chopped green chilies. So one last thing that you want to add in here is some lime juice. All right, so this mix is ready. We're going to start making our little shami kebabs, and then we're going to cook it. Got some breadcrumbs in here, and then I have 1 egg here that I'm going to beat real quick. So we're going to start making our kebabs. So what you want to do is just grab kind of like a handful of the kebab mix, and we'll just roll this into a little ball over here. And then once it's a little round ball, I'm just going to flatten this. Alright, so the next step, what I'm going to do is we'll dip this into our egg mixture here. And then I'm using a fork. A fork is a good way to make sure that these things don't break or fall apart in here because they're quite soft and delicate. So I'm just going to grab this from here, and I'm just going to transfer this into my bread mixture. And then before I start frying, I'm just going to keep all of these guys in here. I've got a pan here with some oil, and the oil is just about hot. So I'm going to start adding my kebabs in here, one at a time. Alright, so I'm getting ready to flip these, and roughly I think it takes only about like 2 to 3 minutes on each side because our goat meat and everything else is already cooked. You don't need to cook it for very long. All we're looking for is that crispy kind of texture on the top with the breadcrumbs. Alright, so I flipped all of these over and they look nice and brown. Look very crispy. So we're gonna again let it cook on the other side for about 2 to 3 minutes, and that's it. And then we're gonna transfer to the plate and they're ready to eat. All right, these look beautiful. I'm gonna add our cilantro mint chutney to this, and then we're gonna give this a try and see how they turn out. So our kebab is ready, and as I promised, there's a special mint, cilantro or coriander chutney, which is also very delicious. And then the other thing that I did, which is very traditional for Indian, you know, when you go to Indian restaurants and order kebab, you'll get like onion, raw onion along with it. But what I've done is I've soaked this with lemon juice and some salt for at least 30 minutes. So that way it takes that raw kind of flavor out of the onions, and it's more, you know, tangy and a little bit sweet too. Okay. So yeah.
Well, these look fantastic. Can I try one?
Oh, yeah.
I'm dying to try one with this chutney.
Yeah.
This looks so great. Everything she makes just blows my mind. This is just, it's just fireworks of flavor.
Flavor, yeah.
It's an explosion of flavor. It's unreal. It's delicious. This is just, wow. A really delicious.
This is so good. And the outside layer of the breadcrumbs, and when you cook it with the egg, it is so crispy and
light.
crunchy.
These aren't a heavy kebab at all. It's not like a real dense, heavy thing. It's actually very light and really easy to eat. Yeah. This is a home run hit, Hina. And it didn't look super hard to make. You know, it's kind of involved with all the spices and the process.
It takes a little bit of time but you know, I have so much of the mix left over that I can pretty much make, you know, breakfast and lunches out of it, and that's what these kebabs are really good for. And really the credit for this recipe goes to my mom. She makes the best kebabs in this world, especially Shami Kabab. And now I'm sharing this recipe with all of you guys. I hope you guys like it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, and tell me how these turned out.
And don't forget to subscribe and tell your friends to come on over here and subscribe to Hina's channel too.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're already a subscriber, then thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. If you haven't already, then please do that. I share a lot of great recipes, and I think you'll enjoy cooking them.
And check out Hina's Facebook page and her Instagram also. The links are below. Well, great job, Hina. They're delicious.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait to eat all of this. Hopefully Sean will get some too.
Hopefully. Save one for me.
Yes, I will do that. All right, well, thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys stay safe, take care, love you all, and see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.